Losk on Keen, and miracles do happen. Riot finally noticed us and confirmed Shyvana's VGU. But even though it's the year of the dragon, she's not coming out until next year because the Skarner team is still busy smoking reefer on the roof. Seriously guys, it's been 2 years, where is he? And it's confirmed she's third in line behind Singed. And one of the guys that hopped on the project immediately got laid off, so it's probably gonna be 2026. You see, this is why I didn't get excited, because I've been playing this champion for 12 years, and I know better. Anyway, I thought I'd put out my current thoughts as to what form the VGU should take when it eventually comes out in 2020 never. I made a video like this a few years ago, but it's pretty bad, and now I've got a much better idea of what I want to see out of it. She really doesn't need that much to be a good champion. So Riot, if you're watching, put those nipple-tweaking chainsaws away. We do not want a 200-year, 30% ban rate abomination. So let's lay out her problems. First, she's damage only, no utility. This makes life absolutely miserable if you fall behind. She really should have some baseline level of usefulness so that she's never an iron weight around your team's ankles. Second, she's got plenty of damage, but struggles with reaching her targets, especially early game. AP Bruiser eventually runs fast enough that the problem disappears, but AD in particular seriously needs help. Third, her defensive steroid is both lame and highly conditional upon your team already winning. Chances are, if you're lucky enough to have a bunch of Drakes, you don't even really need it. Fourth, she's a power farmer with a shitty clear. Nowadays, we're getting embarrassed by fucking Brand, and that's just not acceptable. And fifth, her simple kit, stat checkiness, and lack of skill expression leads to absurd elo skew and uselessness in high MMR. Now, I want to set some boundaries, things that are not to be touched. Foremost, let her go AP or AD. Keep healthy ratios for both. I know you guys really like taking away alternative playstyles to make the game easier to balance, but you really can't get away with it here. A lot of people really like one over the other, and if you take one away, they're gonna get very mad. Versatility is a key part of this champion, and we all have our own preferred builds for Makerbed. This is a red line. Don't cross it. E has already been reworked and is a very good ability. Just make it better. Remove the cast time and let her throw it while moving. All I want added is bonus MS towards marked champions. You W into lane, land E, that carries you the rest of the way forward and you can start hitting. Or you land it in lane and W forward to quickly punish with both bonuses active at once. And for God's sake, let her E straight down in dragon form. The minimum range is by far her most painful quirk. She's a dragon. Her neck isn't that stiff, I promise you. Look at this guy's neck. It's fucking broken and he's fine. Q is also great, conceptually. Under the hood, it's a total mess. I have no idea how such a simple ability has so much spaghetti. It's been bugged on turret damage, ward damage, object damage, not proccing items, not proccing PTA, on and on and on and on. Right now, it's not double stacking Hullbreaker, and Hail of Blades is still broken 4 fucking years later! Riot desperately needs to rewrite this entire ability from scratch so that it actually functions and can be easily worked with in the future. But anyway, the double hit is her thing and you better not take it away. Spam cleaving in dragon form also feels great. Its recent attack speed buff was actually a great idea. It unshackled her from needing to build AS quick and is enough modernization for me. I also like her ult, but it needs a lot to make it good. Big changes here. I think we need to give it a standard cooldown. Many reasons why. I see a lot of you asking for Fury generation while dead, and this is basically that, but not weird. It makes losing less painful and enables last-ditch based defenses. Shyvana is pretty much the only champion in the game that loudly telegraphs her ult availability to the enemy team. This gets rid of that too, and it's the only way we will ever benefit from ultimate haste. Riot has made it very clear by now that they will never special case it for us. Remember the old Cloud Drake? How it took like a year to get any benefit from it at all, and then it broke in the next patch and we had to wait another 6 months to get it fixed? Yeah, screw that. Let's just be done with that nonsense once and for all. It should fix that little green light too, which has been broken since literally forever. God damn, I love being a Shyvana main. But Vera, you might say. I like hitting things to get my ult back faster. I do too, which is why we're going to expand one of the core mechanics of her kit. Passive. Shyvana's attacks reduce the cooldown of all her abilities by 0.5 seconds. That's right, all of them.
All of them?
And they'll obviously also extend Dragon Form back up to its maximum duration of 20 seconds. This is what's going to turn Shyvana into a champion worth respecting. You're going to be spamming everything at anything in front of you. As anyone who's played World of Warcraft will tell you, you do not want to stand in front of the dragon. Your ass is gonna get cleaved, your ass is gonna get breathed on. Clumping up in a teamfight against Shyvana is gonna be absolutely suicidal. It also massively helps her early game. Now if you miss E, you aren't completely useless for 10 seconds. And you can have close to full uptime on your W and your E mark in an all-in, as long as you can keep hitting your target. Higher uptime's also gonna make her jungle clear great again, fixing problem number 4 quite elegantly. Nobody really likes the dragon slaying passive. You can either toss it entirely or make something that's more exciting than 5 measly resists. Copy Wild Rift or something, I don't know. But I think this might make her plenty strong already. There might not be room for it. Being dependent on your team for a substantial proportion of your champion's power is pretty bad design, so I'm leaning towards just getting rid of it. Back to her ult. Now we want to fix problem number 1. This is actually quite easy. Let her carry champions for the entire travel distance. This means Shyvana can insec. Dude's hanging out too close to your tower, flash behind him, ult him backwards, free kill. Your Vayne is 15-0, sit on her face and ult those pesky bruisers back to Narnia where they belong. Fighting in the jungle, ult someone over a wall and finish them before their team can catch up. Have Diana, ult everyone together and wombo combo. There's so much you can do with such a simple change. Massive skill expression here. Goes a long way towards fixing problem number 5. But ulting into 20 buttons is still instant death for any fighter. To encourage that, she needs something a little bit more exciting when she lands. R2, Dragon Roar. 1 second fear, short area. Ult forward, flash into 5, fear, your team follows up, bam. Shyvana's always useful, no matter her game state. Now your whiny teammates will always feel good about having her on the team. Maybe if you really hit a lot, you can even roar twice. This'll really help her post 6 ganks too. Aesol doesn't do it, Smolder doesn't do it, the roar can be her dragon thing, and if you nail the audio, it'll feel amazing. You also wouldn't need to hold your ultimate against certain champions. Katarina, for instance. If you ulted her, you're gonna eat her full Death Lotus to the face, and you're gonna fucking die. That second interrupt lets you take the initiative and jump on her whenever you want. So, oh, that's pretty great. It's still Shyvana, it's just better. Which I think is exactly what we all want. Riot, please copy my homework. The rest of her, though, I'm still sorta unsure about. W is kinda whatever. If you're gonna make a brand new ability, it had better be this one. But I'm not quite sure what you'd replace it with. She needs some AoE to clear fast, and mobility for ganking. It's tough to imagine a better concept to check those boxes. So just buff it, I guess? The speed definitely shouldn't decay anymore. That's a relic of a time when 50% was a lot and the game wasn't completely ridiculous. Put an AD ratio on it so AD builds can actually play the game. Remove decay, give 355 base MS, and problem 2 should be mostly fixed. It's also the only ability that doesn't do anything cool in dragon form. So it's a good place for a proper defensive steroid to tackle problem number 3. Probably a shield or something. That'll feel good to repeatedly spam in a team fight. Keep it simple, no need to be fancy. I also don't really know what to do with her Fury. I definitely don't want it to gate her at any point, and turning her into Renekton feels kinda wrong. Maybe it won't rat on your ult availability, but it'll still show everyone how long you have left in it. That might be fair. Or maybe you give her something new entirely. Take the opportunity to lean it into a narrative update. We put her ult on a cooldown, remember, so she's got way more control over her draconic nature. Now she doesn't need to be mad to access that power or transform. You could replace it with something more Demacian, call it Valor or something. Take her VO in a more proud, stoic direction rather than gravelly growls all day, every day. There's the most room for creativity here, so go crazy and tweak those nipples. Just not too crazy.
Oh, it's so different! Oh god, my nipples! Oh!
Let me know what you guys think about those 2 things down below. I kind of don't care what goes here, as long as we get everything else that really matters. Final couple of notes on non-gameplay stuff. Looks-wise, just copy her from the card game that you guys murdered last week in cold blood. Don't make this difficult. Look at her, she's so pretty. Her wings actually function and aren't retarded. She's not a mutated chicken, she's a good girl. Respect the good girl, she deserves it. Do not make her look like a Rift Drake. Your Drakes are bad, and you should feel bad. Human form, go midway between A and C here and keep the tail. I like tails. Rawr. And this is non-negotiable, revert your dumbass lore. I know you just fired all those guys too, so this is a great opportunity to fix their fuck up. Half dragon means half fucking dragon. Magical accident sucks. It still doesn't make sense. It's literally a wizard did it, only now it's way more lame. The dragon can smash the human. It's fantasy. You don't have to explain shit. It just works. And that's all. Share this far and wide, and let's try to get on Riot's radar nice and early so we don't have another AKALI incident. And remember, this is still 2 years out, and it is still Riot Games, so don't get excited until we actually see some good work being done. May you be blessed. My champ bad, dragon, my champ bad, rawr, my champ bad, rawr, my champ bad. This is not useful feedback. My champ bad, no thought was put into this. My champ bad, tons of my champ bad. My champ bad, dragon, my champ bad. Shyvana isn't bad, she's just bad in my games. My champ bad, rawr, my champ rawr bad. I am wrong about everything. My champ bad, change fucking everything. My champ bad, rawr, dragon, my champ bad. You are literally the only one who is ever right about anything. Dragon bad, dragon down bad, bad dragon. Rawr.